wild orchids, and I wanted to show you a few of my favorite things. I'm standing almost in the middle of the greenhouse. If we look right where you're looking right now, this area is facing the east. I have a bunch of stuff mounted in here, some beautiful things. This is Sigmatostalex radicans. You can see, yes, I have plants from Andes. I have plants from a lot of vendors. I have stuff from Marlowe. I have stuff from Oakwood. I am a plant junkie and I buy lots of orchids for myself. In fact, when people come, they often are disappointed when they find something and I say, yeah, that's mine. You can't have that. Here's one of my, I love this. This is one of my favorites. It's Dendrobium linguiforme. It's an Australian dendrobium, sitting right next to a couple of bulbophyllums. This is a funky guy, Adenokos. He actually got an award. That was cool. So I've got a real mix of things. Got some pleurothalids hanging out in here. The thing that all of these guys have in common, there's a bulbophyllum lasiacylum. All of these guys like relatively low light. And actually what you're seeing is more light on these guys right now than they typically get in the summer because we put extra shade cloth over about a third of the greenhouse during the summer, both to keep the heat down, but also because even though we're in Michigan, the light can be quite intense in the summer. Here is a not Sigmatostalex, this is a Scaphocephalum. I love Scaphocephalums. They are in the Pleurothalid Alliance, I believe. I don't think I'm lying about that. And once they start blooming, they just bloom and bloom because they're successive bloomers, so they can bloom for years at a time. Gotta love that. Another thing that I think pretty much everyone over here on this particular bench has in common is that they like to be on the moist side. So I can water over here every day and everyone is happy. And I had to show you, this is my Gongora fulva, just starting to pop. You can see there's more to come. And I wish that you could smell that because it smells like big red gum, only possibly better. It's just spectacular. The blooms stay on here for maybe only a week, but really it's just such a great plant. And I don't have it for sale, I just think it's a really great plant. Lots of bulbos over here. Bulbophyllum is interesting because most of them are relatively small. Of course, you know me, I like to have some of the really small ones. Now this Lindleyanum, I have bloomed before and it has magnificent fuzzy little purplish flowers that actually last a long time. I gotta get rid of that bad leaf there. So it's a great species to try if you've never grown it before. Very easy to grow. So those are some of the super tiny guys. I'll slowly make my way down here to some of the not so tiny guys. I think there's some dentiferum in here, all kinds of funky things. Here are some not orchids. Then I just started experimenting with, these are kokedama, which are moss balls essentially. I made these myself. I just put a mix of things and everything's growing really well in them. They've got a mix of pleurothalids. I put some bulbos in some of them. I put some neos in some of them, dendrobiums in some of them. Yeah, I think they look really cool. And of course, you don't have to just put orchids in there either. You can put other things in as well. So this is one side. I like that I've got a lot of different forms of things in here. I'm a form girl first and a flower girl second. And then I'm just gonna, don't get dizzy, I'm gonna just switch over here, swing around to the other side, and then we have some of my other favorite things, some of my Japanese guys. I've got some neos over here, and they're being slightly shaded by these guys above who are in pots, and then I've got mounts hanging off of pots. But the neos do not have to have a lot of light, and that's one thing I've tried to emphasize to you. I think a lot of orchids are grown in too much light even, and that can actually be stressful to them. The Neos for sure get their best color when they are in relatively low light. This was an almost gift from Jonathan at Marlowe Orchids. I love it. It's a beautiful bulbophyllum. It was just opened not too long ago. Here's a Dendrobium leonis. Beautiful guy. Already spoken for. And then I have a Pleurothallus restrepioides that likes to make cakeys, and so then I mount them and start new plants. Free plants, gotta love it. All right, oh, I wanted to show you down here at the end. We'll walk past the Neos again, down to the Sideria tray. So this is Sideria Minmaru, and then if you add stripes, it becomes Minmarushima, and you can see the variation of variegation from plant to plant. It's really something. It makes, of course, me being me, it makes me not want to sell any of them because everyone is different. And then this was kind of cool. I noticed that one of them has a new baby coming off of it. So that was cool. You don't get to see that all the time. A two-growth Sideria. So I just wanted to let you see those guys live and in person because they're beautiful little plants for sure. All right.